All right, good morning. Gotta put my seatbelt on. Okay, so I want to talk to y'all about tapping to pressure and if it's something that you should be doing or not doing in class. This seems to be a common theme this past week at my gym. And of course, there's always two sides to the story. You know, why did you tap? Did you really tap? This and that. Tapping to pressure. Is it really something you should be doing? Well, I mean, I guess realistically, if your face is going to break, you know, like things are popping and stuff, the smart choice would be tapping to pressure would be correct, okay? Overall, you often will hear, though, like when we say don't tap to pressure, at least in my gym, in my class, it is something that was told over and over that don't you dare ever fucking tap to pressure. And there's a couple of reasons. Let's just be, you know, outright honest. When we talk about tapping for pressure, no one is talking about some freak mongoloid squeezing your neck, trying to get a rear naked choke, and you can feel the mandible bones in your body actually beginning to crack in your face. Okay, that's a different explanation. You're talking about something that's doesn't really happen too often. You know, obviously, if I was with a strongman competitor for some YouTube click video, which any strongman competitors want to come fight me for YouTube clicks, that's perfectly fine, and they got me into a face crank, I'm gonna tap to that pressure because I know that this man can pull a fucking train, and so squeezing my head is not gonna be a problem for him, all right? And so he'll probably break my goddamn skull by accident. So tapping to pressure at that point is real, okay? But when we talk about tapping to pressure is mainly from the situation of when you've got those white belts and those blue belts that are kind of learning how to get hard, all right? Learning how to toughen up, learning how to get that skin nice and calloused. Because when they're in side control and they're tired and someone's putting the pressure on them, they just want to give up, okay? They feel that they are hopeless. They are stuck, all right? And the best thing to do at this point is just simply just give up and start over, all right? The tapping is not really the problem. It's got nothing to do with necessarily you shouldn't win or lose. It's more of the overall life lessons learned that just because when shit gets bad, you don't quit, all right? That's really the truth of it. That's the bare bones down to the beginning of what the basic principle of do not tap to pressure is simply for the fact that, yes, there is a way out, all right, but it's the easy way out, okay? And it would be best served that if you just weather the storm and do something about it than just giving up, okay? And this could translate over to a couple of things in life. I myself grew up very poor, okay? Didn't have a lot of things, came from a broken home, but I've never saw my mom quit, ever, no matter how bad it was. Maybe that is inbred deep down inside of me somehow. I don't know. But I did see my mom never quit. I've seen my mom get into accidents. I remember I was like in high school or something at the time, or maybe junior high. She got into an accident. She actually hurt her neck, and a lady hit her, and the kid wasn't in the car seat. My mom was more worried about the kid in the car seat than she was worried about herself. My mom had hurt her neck. She still has neck issues to this day because of that. You know, she's 70-something years old, and she wasn't in the wrong. you know? And the easy way out would have been to simply just sue her. And I told her, I was like, why don't you just sue her? But something about, she was worried about the child. And I think the lady didn't have a lot of money and she was in the wrong or something. I was like, yeah, but at least the insurance will pay for your bills. She didn't want to do that. She didn't want to take the easy way out. You know, she helped people before, which never supposed to do. She co-signed loans for people who were poor and couldn't have money. And I don't know the whole story, but I know the woman basically backed out and left her with the blunt of the payments afterwards, and then never told her thank you, never ever tried to repay her, never did nothing about it. And we were already in a single household, left in shambles from my alcoholic father. All right. So I've seen my mom not take the easy way out. You know, I've seen her just keep working, keep praying, keep her faith in God, you know, and maybe that's where it comes from, you know. Maybe that's where I believe in. You don't tap the pressure. You don't take the easy way out. All right. There's going to be things in life where you can take the easy way out, but the easy way out may cause more problems down the road, more issues. So instead of elongating this video into a 20-minute explanation, which I'm probably very good at, let's just look at tapping to pressure. So while you're under pressure, no matter how bad it is, why don't you just weather down the storm and realize, okay, there's an escape. It's hard. It's very hard. But if I escape the correct way, I can alleviate the pressure, you know, and then move on to a better position. And you may not win the match, all right? But you also may not tap, okay? That's a big difference. So you're not tapping, okay? And you're weathering through the storm. You're learning to build fortitude, all right? Build confidence within yourself. And maybe that's what it really is the lack of confidence that people have in life, all right? Because things are always going to get bad, and they're going to get to the point where they can't get any worse, but they can. And so it's the ability to keep fighting forward. And sometimes those situations in life or in that match still causes you to still get tapped. You escape the pressure, all right, and you still end up losing to points. Or you still end up going like 3 more minutes just to get submitted again because you just keep getting smashed. You keep getting smashed. But you built a resilience inside of your brain that I will not quit. That is more powerful than any medal you'll ever get. Is that I will not quit attitude, heart, mental fortitude, whatever you want to call it. You earn that, you build that inside of you. That is something that no one can take away. Only you can give that up, and only you can build that. I can keep telling you, do not tap the pressure, do not tap the pressure. You have to not tap to pressure and build that self-confidence that is later on going to lead you further into life and other situations where you realize, you know what, shit is the fan, but like, so what? All right, so what? One more example, here we go. 2 years ago, we're out in Florida. We're swimming, or maybe it's Gulf Shores. I don't remember. We live in Louisiana, so I don't know who's tuning in from, you know, one viewer around the world. But either way, I'm getting ready for a pro show, all right? And I'm the type of person that you're always ready. You may not be tip-top, but you are always ready. I'm always down. I'm always down for life. I'm always down for that call like, hey, can you fight this guy? Hey, can you compete at this time? Hey, can you go this weekend and do this? I'm always ready. All right? And that trans over into my life, because if you mess with my family, I'm prepared to go down. I'm prepared to go down swinging and killing to the T. Like, I won't stop. All right? Something happens, I'm there. I'm ready for my family. I'm mentally and physically prepared to do what I got to do. And even if I can't get that task done, I'm willing to put forth everything it takes until I drop and die in the process. 2 years ago, we're swimming in Gulf Shores. I think within a month's time, they had 6 drownings because the currents were so bad in the ocean. My son was with his grandmother, with his other cousins, and somehow he got swept away further back than the other kids, even though he wasn't one of the smaller ones. And he got swept back so fast that he lost ground, he lost footing. I mean, there might have been like, I don't know, let's say like 12 feet at that time or something, you know. So he's 7 years old, I think, at that time. And so he's barely treading water. He's barely treading, and they're screaming at me in the ocean. And so I come running off the beach, and I run through the ocean. And long story short, I end up swimming and saving him. And in that process, I remember thinking, this is it. I am going to die. I was swallowing and breathing in so much water, I thought for sure I was going to drown. And they had some other dads come up because there was no lifeguards like in that area fast enough to get to us. And they were coming down, I think, on the ATVs and stuff as fast as they could. They called it in. But even while the parents were coming in, one of the other dads to help, I was trying to take my child and throw him to him because I couldn't hold him. You know, they show it, you know, so I'm a firefighter, so I know how to do swift water rescue. Well, when you hold someone, if they fight back, you're supposed to drop them and let them drown because you'll kill yourself. Well, I can't do that to my son. I'd rather die. So I'm dragging him. But because we're in the ocean, there's waves crashing, so it's bringing us down, and I'm having to jump back up. So at that point, I'm just coming up and throwing him to the guy, and they're like, you got it. And I just said, go, because I didn't want them to pay attention to me. And I thought for sure, that's it. I'm going to die. And I somehow made it out because I was prepared mentally and in my heart to never quit. And that comes from years and years and years. I guess you could say MMA, but definitely jiu-jitsu. Being on those mats for years and years of constantly fighting through those hard battles. Never quit, never quit. All right? Don't ever tap the pressure. Okay, I'm trying to stop the video. It's not stopping. Don't ever tap the pressure. Oh my God, why is it not stopping?